Hi everyone, welcome to Acres of Clay. Today I'm going to just do an update on what's going on around the farm and the homestead. I'm on in the greenhouse. It probably doesn't look a whole lot different to you, but there is a lot of stuff missing. We'll start here with this garden bed and I'll just show you quickly how much this has grown. Some of these peppers have grown a great deal. These are my biggest peppers. Look at this little baby pepper, so cute. This one here is like 3 foot tall. You probably can't see it from the camera, but that thing is huge. My carrots are growing. I've got some onions here growing. What else did I plant in here? I got a couple lavenders. They're small, so I put them there. I even have a tomato growing because I broke the top off of one of my tomatoes, and that's the top. So I put it in the dirt and I watered it, and it came back to life. So it re-rooted itself, which is amazing. I still have a lot of leftover tomatoes that I don't know what I'm gonna do with, and peppers. I've got probably 20 so peppers or so that I don't really have room for. Some of these tomatoes look like they need a drink. Look at here. Mama wants to show you the kitties. She's so proud of them. They have their eyes opened. I don't know, what are they, 2 weeks old now? Well, they're meowing for you, Mama. It's a good mama. A good mama. But yeah, these kittens are gonna venture out soon. Alright, out the door. The calves are all doing good. Here's a little quick peek at the garden. Not a lot. I'm still not done planting it, actually. I have all my squash, all my pumpkins to do. I've got to do some more sweet corn. So I planted my first rows of sweet corn on June 7th. So it's I'm a little bit late, but the soil was just not able to be worked. It was just so, I don't know, so hard, so clumpy, and yeah. So the 7th was the first planting. I have zucchini and onions in this bed, and I do have a couple cucumbers. I also have a lot of morning glories. Those are coming up everywhere, and this year I don't want morning glories, so I've been trying to pick them up, but they're easier to pluck when they're a little bit bigger than when they're smaller. So this bed has peppers, mainly peppers, and all different varieties. This is some mustard, red mustard, I believe, that came up from last year. And then I have, what do I have along the side? A Kajari melon. Those are going to grow up this trellis here. I have green beans on the outsides, onions in the middle, and then a couple random potatoes decided to grow. Obviously, I didn't get them all last year. Cats following me. Oh, 2 cats following me. This is summer squash in here. Those plants, they're kind of slow going, but they're going. And then I have some more onions in there. This bed is cucumbers. You can just see them coming up. Those are cucumbers. Get out. They think they own the place. I have some yard-long beans that will grow up this trellis. I have greens and different types of greens in there. I have a different kind of bean. I think it's a purple bean planted that will grow up that trellis. I have so many trellises, I guess, maybe too many, but yeah. So that's that. This is this bed here. There's peppers. This is loofah. So loofah gourd, which is my first time planting that, so I wanted to try that. On the outside I have green beans. Those green beans, some of them didn't come up. I think it's just a poor seed because I have 2 different varieties of beans here, and this variety came out beautiful. This one, not so much. So I did come in and replant them. They're not up yet. In the middle I have planted potatoes. They're not up yet. It's just a late planting of that. That will come up. So I have more peppers. I'm going to put a trellis arch that looks like this. I'm going to put one right here where that cat is, and it'll come over here. And what am I going to put on that? Ask me later. I think it's going to be cucumbers. I have a lemon drop tomato growing to go up this trellis. I don't know how tall it will get, but I'm feeling it will get pretty tall. These are a row of peas, all different varieties. Snap peas, sugar peas, English peas. These ones here are just starting to blossom. They were earlier planted. I think a rabbit came in and ate them, so I'm going to have to plant something else there. But you just want all the attention, eh? Lettuce, onions, leeks. What is that? Oh, I have a melon gonna grow up this trellis. On that side anyways. I don't have anything planted for this side. I have celery, onions, peppers, all in that bed. Cabbages in both of these beds. I still had to put my hoops up on that side. I have some over here, but they have deflated. The plastic that I'm using for those is not super strong, so I may have to think of something else to use. I have all different varieties of tomatoes, and maybe in another video I will go along and share with you my varieties that I have. But this bed has tomatoes and peppers. This one has cucumbers, which aren't up yet, and peppers. And then this one has more tomatoes and peppers. Over here I have a row of tomatoes here on this trellis, and on this one, these ones are looking pretty tough. The day after that I planted them, the dog came up and dug them all up. So that was the challenge of that. She just wanted to smell the fertilizer that I put down, I believe. I do have a couple rows. Let's see, I have 2 rows of potatoes here, and I see they're just starting to come up. 2 rows here. Those are, they're just starting to come up. See them? This all here is popcorn, and I don't think that's up yet. This area has peppers, and then this has a leek that I overwintered, and it's going to go to seed, so I'll keep these seeds. I have some more in the other area of the garden. This bed here is my potato bed, and so those are starting to grow too. This bed here I just made. It's got a concoction of different things in it. It has flowers, peppers, lettuce, carrots. I did throw a cabbage in there, I think. What I'm gonna do this fall is most likely plant my strawberries in here, and this will be my strawberry bed because I want to transplant some of my strawberries. Then we have the chicken tractor, which we're actually having to use the lawn tractor to move it. There they are. Look how big they've gotten. Yeah. You guys are huge. They sure do eat a lot, that's for sure. So I have 20 in here, and then the other day I bought 10 more. And what I'm thinking is, since this is such a big area, I might divide it and have 2 groups running in here, because they seem to be, they don't really need this much area. And then the cat, she's coming in. She doesn't know what to think with the chicks. Yeah, I think we better go on out. We're not gonna let all the kitties in here. But the chicks aren't afraid. The dog does good with them. The chickens, or the kittens, don't really bother them. Yeah, so, yeah. Chickies love it when I make homemade treats. I put in, let's see. I had some sourdough starter that I had left over, so I mixed that with some sesame seeds and sunflower seeds and a little bit of oats, and then we had some crackers that nobody was eating, so I crushed them up, and look at them go. They love it. And now it's getting hay season, and so we have we have another neighbor who is selling us his first cutting. Such a blessing to be able to have neighbors that want to sell us feed. So we are getting ready to chop this afternoon. The chopper is here, it's all ready. So that's what we're gonna do this afternoon, and I'll probably make a video on that, so you can be looking for that maybe in the next video. We've got the bulk tank all hooked up, and I have clips of Sydney talking about it. So is the tank about ready?
Yeah, so everything's been hooked up, everything's been kind of tested. But yeah, we just wrapped up hooking everything up. We're in the fill line a couple days ago, and pretty much just have to test it out.
So that is the fill line for the
cleaning.
water.
So yeah, the fill water and
The solutions.
detergent for cleaning
Yeah.
the tank go through that line. And then for milking, you actually disconnect the line there.
It has a disconnect?
Yep.
Oh.
Our old tank had a line that came out. You just physically took it out. This one just got disconnected.
So it stays in, you just disconnect it.
Yeah, so we're about ready to fire it up and just make sure it washes all right. So we'll see what it does. So our old tank actually, say most modern tanks run a wash pump down here that pretty much circulates the water inside the tank, or pulls it out the bottom, and then pumps it back out through a couple spray nozzles inside the tank. Our old tank over here actually doesn't do that. This one uses, there's 3 agitator motors on this tank, and it doesn't have a wash pump. It fills it with water, and these agitator motors actually spin backwards really fast. So all 3 of them spin backwards really fast, and it flings all the water everywhere versus using a wash pump that sprays with the spray nozzles. So it's just a different design. It's a lot more common, but we'll get into
This one only has 1 agitator.
Correct. It's a single speed. There's nothing
Okay.
really to it. So this fill line here, usually when you're milking, there'll be a cap on that so you're not leaking milk out as it's filling. But for washing, you actually have to take the feed line going into the wash pump, and it gets hooked into the port here. So it sucks the water out of the drain port and just blows it back up into the wash nozzles.
So everything is done with this motor.
Correct. Yep.
Interesting. Can we see it?
Let's give it a go. I don't know how long it'll take to fill, but I've got my detergent mass in, so turn it to wash, figure out what the button is. And water run to a rinse cycle.
Probably have to, yeah.
Okay.
So now it's low filling, or
Yep. I think it's just going to do a hot rinse first.
before the detergent gets into it. So the water is now. Can we look in it?
Yeah. I'm going to have to see if I can take that up. But if you take a peek in there, you're not going to see it very well. It is filling with water.
Where does it fill from?
It fills through the drain pump.
So it's filling.
This line goes down to the drain pump, and then it's just back filling that line.
So it's starting to fill. Down there through that. 170 degree water, roughly. And then, yeah, there's the 1 agitator, and it's starting to get steamy. We had the inspectors out and everything, and they've okayed it. And so it should be, once we make sure it washes properly, it should be ready to start using.
One more inspection after that for like the pipeline and getting that all done. But it should be ready to go.
Okay. All right, we'll let it fill a minute and then bring you right back. Oh, I want to see.
It just started washing, so I'm curious how it's sprayed out.
Here, let me see. No, but I see water. That's pretty cool. And the goats here are loving it here. They, the little brown one is a stinker. He likes to get out, or she, I guess. She likes to get out and makes mom upset. And of course, I planted this area with some tall perennials in the back that I started, and that little stinker goat has eaten a lot of them. And also I put some impatiens in the front here, but a cow was, we had a couple of heifers out, they trampled it, and I think the goat is helping itself. And you can see that this hosta, where are we? This hosta here has been well eaten. This flower here, which I'm hoping these shoots will come out of it, was really, really tall, and it was going to blossom, I believe, but the goat got it. And this one had pretty flowers on it, and the goat got that. So goats love anything pretty just like we do, but aren't they cute? Who can be mad at a little goat? Mom's hanging out in the hutch. Aw, always better on the outside of the fence, right? The cows are all doing very well. It's very nice out, so the temperature they're able to handle very well. Some of them are eating. We got the fans going, so it's kind of loud and maybe a little breezy in here, but we got to keep the girls comfortable. Yeah. And now we're gonna walk on the other side of the freestall barn here. My hostas are looking good, and I have echinacea in between the hostas. Those are looking good, except for there's some weeds in between too. This is where Mackenzie's got her chicken coop and her dog house, but the dog is not in it at the moment. Mackenzie is supposed to keep the dog locked up while she's at work because of the fact that I can't babysit her all day long, and she's been digging in the garden, so we have to get that under control. But I don't like her way out here because she can't really see anything or do anything. There's not many people come down back here, so I don't know why she put it here. But this is the chicken coop. She put a little porch on it because she thought that would be cute. But this is the run, and she put 2x4s up here like that because she thinks she's gonna plant, or she did plant, morning glories all the way around the back side of it, and she's hoping that they will climb up and over and make it real, I don't know, make it real green and beautiful like. But it looks like all the chicks are inside, so we'll peek in here a second. They're growing like weeds. Hello. Hello? There you are. There's her chicks. Oh my. So that's what she's been working on, and then tomorrow, which is the day that you'll probably be seeing this. Tomorrow she's getting piglets. Yep, you heard me right. Piglets are coming to her future once again. She's not raising them to breed and have piglets herself to sell, but maybe she will in the future. But for now, she's just gonna raise them so that we have pork in the freezer. That's her goal, to have the goats, the chickens, and the pigs, and a dog, and cats, and kittens. Oh, so much stuff.